guys. Today I'm going to be going over all of the mindfulness practices and resources that we use in our home. If you're new to our channel, my name is Nicole. I'm a homeschooling mom with 2 kids at home. I have a daughter who's 10 and in 5th grade, and my son is 4. I'm first going to give you a background on why I brought a mindfulness practice into my home. If you don't want to watch that, I totally understand. I'm going to try and figure out how to do the chapters so you can skip ahead to just see the practices and the resources. So the background is, I believe it was spring 2019, one of my aunts who I just love and adore recommended a book to me called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. This book, along with the meditation practice that it helped me start in June of 2019, literally changed my life and who I was as a person fundamentally to the core. It changed the way I viewed the world, the way I viewed myself. Things would bounce off me easier. I don't take things as personally. I could come at things with compassion and understanding why things were the way they are. It helped calm me, it helped me be more present, it helped me be able to handle more. Without meditation, I do not think that I would be able to homeschool, have a part-time job, all my kids' extracurricular activities, and everything else that goes into just being a mom and a wife. My meditation practice has evolved over the years, but one thing I will say is that what I love about meditation is, while it may be considered spiritual in some ways, it's not specific to any religion, any belief, whether you're spiritual, you're religious, whether you're part of a church, none of that really matters. I'm not part of any church. However, my aunt is part of a Christian community. Dr. Joe Dispenza's book and meditation in general, I feel like are for all walks of life. It's very neutral. And everything I'm going to be showing you is neutral. It doesn't matter what you believe, how you feel. This applies to anybody. Meditation is definitely used as a therapy tool and widely recognized. And I honestly cannot recommend it enough. Just that quieting your mind and everything that goes with it. It's so simple, yet so underrated. And hopefully through your meditation practice, you'll be able to inspire others. My family was able to see some of the amazing changes I was having. So both my sisters, my mom and my husband, began meditating and saw huge changes in their own life and are all still avid meditators to this day. And if I go a few days without meditating, I feel it so deep. It's so simple, yet so integral in my life. Okay, enough rambling. Through my study of meditation, I read something that a Buddhist monk had said that all children learned and were meditating by the age of 8, there would be no war and only peace. And that really struck with me. And as soon as I saw that, I immediately started thinking of ways to implement meditation into my children's life and teach them as young as possible. Now, I haven't always been the best at it, especially when my daughter was attending public school, but in the last year or so, we've really delved down and made some good progress. So what I initially do with my children is we get in a circle, and we call this our meditation circle. You can call it your safe space circle, whatever you're more comfortable with. So we all sit down on pillows in a circle, and I always start out with breathing because kids have a lot more attention span in the beginning than they will towards the end of this circle time. So I just start with them closing their eyes, and we just practice on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Over and over, I have them do this while they close their eyes, and I tell them, just don't think about anything, focus on the breath. And if something comes into your mind, just imagine it, that thought as clouds passing by. My son will do this for maybe 20 seconds, and then he'll start moving around. We started this when he was 3, so he is a little more used to it, but he does get up and down from the circle sometimes. My daughter, however, at this point can go for several seconds. So I talk them through it. Breathe in, breathe out, focus on the breath. If there's any thoughts, let them go. So that's just kind of what we'll do. Then when we're done with that, we'll go into what I consider our safe circle portion. I say, well, you can talk about anything you want. You won't get in trouble. Nothing will happen. No backlash. This is just space to talk about anything that's on your mind. And I started in the beginning telling them things that was vulnerable. So my son was a little young. So my daughter would see, hey, she's being vulnerable with me and sharing. So my daughter felt more comfortable to share with me and has increased that security in being open with me as we've gone on, because I don't get mad at her for anything she says. It is a safe place for her. And I don't always make them share. So if they don't have anything that they want to talk about, then we don't talk about it. One thing that my daughter always tells me is that she loves the voice I use in the meditation circle. So just make sure it's a very calm, kind, almost monotone voice that you're using, because that really does help set the mood. Then we'll move past to the next section, which is the resources. However, we don't always do the resources at the meditation circle. I would say we do 90% of the time. But if we're doing this before bed, we'll just do the breathing in the safe circle. And a lot of times I'll bring out these resources and we'll do them as they're eating because I have their full attention. There's no TV. All right, so I'm going to start going through all of these resources. I just decided to categorize them from the biggest one to the smallest one. And the first one is kindness cards for kids. This says it's for ages 4 to 9, but you can definitely go up to at least 12. My daughter loves these. I was actually surprised when I saw that this was advertised as only going to 9 years old because I definitely don't feel like that's the case. So I'm going to open this up and show you some of the cards. All right, these cards are broken up into 4 categories. You have responsibility, you have empathy, you have courage, and lastly, you have compassion. So let me read you some of these. So each card on the back will have a title and then some writing. So I just spread out the cards like this and I let the kids pick one. So this responsibility one, the lifesaver. Life is precious and bugs and other little critters are our friends. Spiders, flies, and other bugs have a role to play in nature. If you find one in your house, don't squish it. See if you can trap it inside a cup. You may use a piece of paper as a lid, take the cup outside or to an open window and set the critter free. Another example of responsibility, see, here's the title and the writing. One random act of kindness. Get out of your comfort zone and try at least one of the following kinds of things that you have not done before. Hold an elevator or open a door for someone, smile at store workers, return a shopping cart, give out stickers, share your seat, or draw a picture of a flower to give somebody. All right, now on to the empathy. See, here's what it looks like on the other side. Space bubble. Some people need more space to learn or play than others. Imagine your friend or family member is inside a bubble. Pay attention to where you sit or stand and how it affects others. If they move away or look uncomfortable, take a step or 2 back so you won't pop their bubble. Second example, I like that there's always a cute little emblem. The 6-second hug. Weird but true fact. Hugging someone for 6 seconds releases chemicals in our brain that makes us feel good. Ask someone in your family for a 6-second hug. Together, count to 6 while you hug. Notice how you and they feel after. For courage, here's the first example. Same and different. Even though we are unique, we're all human and have many things in common. Accept your family and friends for who they are by not trying to change, judge, or avoid them. Imagine one person who you think is different from you and notice your feelings about this person. Then think of all the ways you are the same and notice how you feel. And here's a second example. Call it out. It's important to notice when other people are being kind as well as when they are being unkind. There are many things you can do when people are not so nice. Tell trusted grown-ups or call out the meanness by saying, I don't agree with that, or that's not a kind thing to do. Kindness takes courage, especially when you need to stick up for someone else. And lastly, we have compassion. And here's an example of the back. Take a break. Find a peaceful spot and sit quietly by yourself for 5 minutes. Set a timer. Don't read or look at a screen or talk to anyone. It's okay to not do anything for a little while and just be. And the next compassion example is be thankful. Fill in the blank. I am thankful and grateful for blank. Maybe you are thankful for the home you live in. Maybe you're grateful to receive a sweet note from your grandma in the mail. Whatever you're grateful for, you can write it down, say it in your head, or say it out loud to yourself or someone you love. Now, there are quite a few options, as you can see how thick this is. We've been doing this for over a year, and we still find ones that we have not seen more often than not. And it also comes with some instructions on how to use the cards and different additional activities. So this was fantastic. This was on Amazon, and I just checked before I did this video for the accurate prices because I believe they're a little different. This one is $16.42 on Amazon. This is one of my favorites. Okay, so the next one is called More Than Affirmations, but when I looked on Amazon, this is now called Affirmation Cards for Kids. It is $26.95 on Amazon, so this is a little pricier than the last one I just showed you. It says it's ages toddler to 10. I would definitely say up to 12 or 13 would be totally acceptable. I'm very surprised by the cutoff ages on a lot of these. All right, so I'm going to show you what's inside. So when you take off the box, you'll see all these cards. And they just have different names, like I am joyful, I am determined, I am helpful, I am unstoppable, I'm confident, I love being me, several different ones. So for example, I am joyful. And then here's some writing on the back. Let me read that to you. How can you practice being joyful today? Have you ever felt sad or upset because someone else had something you didn't? Perhaps a new toy or cool jacket. When you choose to be joyful, you can choose to be happy for your friend and their new toy or jacket, and also happy for what you have. Practice being joyful by looking at or using the things you have in a different way, donating toys or clothes you don't need to others, and knowing how happy it will make them. This next one is, I am unique. And then here's the back card. It's really cute. Did you know that there is only one of you in the entire world? You may share similarities with friends or family, but no one has all the exact same qualities and strengths you have. Can you think about 3 things that you love about yourself that make you, you? Maybe you're very good at math or reading. Maybe you can make up stories your friends love. Maybe you love making things and doing experiments. Then we have I am calm. And here's the back. How can you practice being calm today? Sometimes things might happen that make you feel angry, afraid, or sad. These feelings are normal, but it's a good idea to recognize when they show up in our bodies. Whenever you feel angry, afraid, or sad, practice being calm by taking these 3 steps. Say out loud, it's okay to feel this way. Take 3 deep breaths from your belly. Say out loud, I can be calm even if I feel angry. I am kind. And then here's the back. How can you be kind today? Even small acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. A smile or helping hand will make someone feel seen and appreciated. You can practice being kind by sharing a toy, inviting someone new to play with you, helping put the dishes away without being asked. I love that one. Helping someone with their assignment. And there's just so many more. And obviously you've got a pretty thick stack here as well. They're laminated, really nice. You got quite a few, and you also have some instructions on how to use it. I really enjoy that one. All right, the next one is gratitude cards, Thankful Me for kids. This is for ages 4 to 12, and it could definitely go up a year or 2 older for sure. This I found on Amazon, and it's currently $14.90. This is what it looks like on the outside, and then it has pictures on the inside and some words, and I'm going to read those to you. Is there a situation or thing that scares you? Fear doesn't feel nice, but it wants to be heard. Place your hand on your heart and say, thank you. I heard to the fear you feel. Here's another example. They have really cute illustrations on the back. Bring to mind a situation where you've had to defend yourself. Maybe someone had misunderstood you, done something unpleasant to you, or something felt unfair. What kind of words could you use to thank yourself for standing up for yourself? One more example. There's some cute illustrations. Bring to mind something boring that adults ask you to do. What good comes out of doing that thing, even though it feels boring? What are the adults' good intentions behind asking you to do the boring thing? And as you can see, there is quite a few, and it is also quite thick. And this next one that I'm going to show you, my mom actually got from a Teacher Pay Teacher store for $5. The store name was Mathful Learners, and they are mindful breathing cards for kids. So she printed it out on cardstock, and you can print them out bigger or smaller, whichever you prefer. So these cards are just a variety of different types of breath to show your children. So lion's breath, alternate nose breathing, which we've done with my kids. This is probably my 4-year-old's favorite. Box breathing, 4-7-8 breathing, one of my personal favorites. Belly breathing, counting breaths, and so on. There's quite a few of them, as you can see. It's pretty thick. These are great at bringing a variety to the different breaths that you use in your meditation circle or your safe circle. Kids, I feel, when they have something new and fun they're trying to master, can get into it a little bit more. So I definitely recommend something that gives you a different variety of breaths and how to do them with children. And again, there's little cards if you want. This next one is small, but not less important. Positive talk. I got this because my daughter loves animals. This is for ages 8+, but I definitely use this with my 4-year-old son, and I just modified a little bit for him. Okay, let me show you the inside. The front of it will have the name of the topic. We've got emotions and motions. We've got colorful dreams, discovered daily, growing through learning. So I'll just hold it out to them like this, and they'll pick one. So for example, emotions and motions. Then on the back, you have a question and a follow-up question. So, question, can you recall a time you felt a little angry? And then they'll answer. And then you follow up with, what did you do to calm down from feeling angry? Another example, confidence shines. Again, question and follow up. What makes you feel really confident? Follow up. How does it feel when you are confident? Another example, magical moments. Same on the back. Question, what is your perfect idea of the perfect day? Then they answer, then you follow up with, what makes this day so wonderful for you? And last one, kindness matters. Question, why do you think it's important to show kindness? Follow up, can you share an example of how kindness can make a positive impact? So again, with these, you have tons of options. There's so many cards, it's very thick. We haven't gone through all of these yet, again, and it's been over a year. And this is currently $12.99 on Amazon. Okay, so the next one is Grow With Me Baby and Children Affirmation Cards. I mostly got this for my son so he could have something cute and little that he felt like was his, because this positive talk one, he felt like was more Emma's. This was $9.99 on Amazon. And this says it's ages preschool through elementary. So the back of the cards are all the same. They say Grow With Me. And then the front has cute little animals on it. For example, to be myself is to be free. And then you have, I am a rayish sunshine. I feel love all around me. I listen and I am open to new ideas. I am heard and understood. When I am feeling upset, I place both my hands over my heart and breathe in and out. If I fall down, I get back up again. It is okay to cry. I'm expressing my emotions. So this one is really just straight up affirmations. I really do like having some sort of affirmation cards mixed in with everything else. Okay, these next two items are more conversation starters, and these I specifically use at lunch mostly. All the other ones that I showed you we'll use in our meditation circle 80% of the time, unless it's late, it's right before bed, and we're tired. I will also use everything I just showed you at lunch sometimes, but specifically these next two conversation starters are mainly not in the meditation circle. So this first one is by Big Life Journal. These are growth mindset conversation starters, and this was $14.95 on Big Life Journal's website. So this does not specify an age, but I do use it with my 4-year-old and 10-year-old for context. The back has just different beautiful ocean animals on it. And then back of it, we'll have a question for a conversation starter. So for an example, this beautiful whale, the question is, what's one thing you love about yourself? Swordfish, you have, why is it important to try new things? And this is a Portuguese man of war. What makes you special and different from everyone else? And for this manta ray, what's something that always makes you laugh? And for this bluefin tuna, why is it important to keep trying and never give up? And lastly, with the humpback whale, why is it important to believe in yourself? As you can see, there are quite a few of them. This would take you a really long time to get through all of these cards. My next conversation cards are from an Etsy store called Natalie Claire's Closet for $8.28. And I put them in this container that I got from the dollar store. These are the chatty chickens. So when you pick out her cards, you can pick a background. This is the background that I picked for my chatty chickens. There was no specific age listed for these cards, but I do use it with my 4 and 10-year-old just fine. I could probably go up to at least 12. All right, I'm going to show you some examples. Who do you think would love to receive a card from you? Do you have a dream that you wish would come true? Where do you think would be a great place to visit? What are you scared of? Why? What friend do you have that you are thankful for? Why do people have different color skin? Who is responsible for making you happy? And how many languages can you say thank you in? These are a huge hit, and there are so many cards, you guys. Let me show you in comparison of the Big Life Journal cards. You're looking at almost 3 times as many cards. Both great. But these have been really fun, and I really love the chatty chickens on the back. Now, if you're interested, I did buy a book called Baby Buddha's Used. This was just a few dollars used. Baby Buddha is a guide for teaching meditation to children. This has several different, as you can see, several different types of meditations and breath to use. Cleansing breath, meditation where you would say gratitude meditation, singing bowl meditation, crystal meditation, and you've got sunshine meditation up here. You don't have to use this book by any means. I did find it kind of helpful in the beginning. This gives you instructions on how to do the sunshine meditation. This book really did help in the beginning when I was learning to teach meditation to my children because their brains are different than ours, and it helped me kind of gauge and understand where they were at. So just a recommendation. There are many more resources than just these listed, many more. I did find a bunch from my library that I checked out first. I found this from my library and ended up getting it because I loved it. You do not need all of these. To me, each of these had a different purpose. Some were asking questions, some were asking kids to go deeper, some were affirmations, some were focusing on gratitude. Then you have the conversation starters to help initiate these good conversations with your kids. And I did purchase these over a little bit of time. And I can say that my kids love Meditation Circle. In fact, when I was going to record this video, my son saw me pulling this bucket out and was like, oh, we're doing Meditation Circle. So I can't recommend enough for you, for your children, to really start some sort of mindfulness practice, whether it's just sitting for a few minutes in quiet, ignoring those thoughts, focusing on your breath, or if it's a deeper meditation practice, or if you're doing a lot of breath work, whatever it is, I cannot emphasize how much it will help you and your children, your family, be more calm, and what kind of influence this is going to have in your daily life, because you will see these benefits in so many different ways. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I would love to talk to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.